Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So I tried last time the channel divine lovers energies, and it turned out to be like a karmic reading, so I'm going to go for it again today and see what we can get concerning DF and DMs together. So welcome everybody. Got one card. I'm jealous. Twin flame. So to me this is confirmation that this time around we're dealing with like a twin flame reading, but you can see it here and I'll tell you in a second what I'm channeling already. Got one. Better. Soon. To me this is like a real message of hope as to like twin flames. Don't worry, it will get better soon. And another thing that I'm channeling, if you find yourself like disconnecting or detaching completely from your twin flame, the way he receives that type of energy is the fact that it's making him jealous, and I already had that energy in my last like twin flame reading. The fact that your DM is starting to understand that he's the only one for you, that nobody else will do, and that if there is competition for him, he's already won it, because he's already win it, because no. He's already won it, because at the end of the day he's your twin flame. I'm sorry people. I got one last card, my angel. So you see a little bit like how he feels about you or how he remembers you, people. This card here speaks to me. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the way he thinks of me. Let's go on. Manifestation. So something really like, and I can feel it, I got the card so love. I wanted to say something happening, and I can see these cards here as to is going to get better soon, people. Whoever needs to hear that. You are twin flames, you're on a twin flame journey. It is normal that it's going like it is hard. It's normal, it's hard. But don't worry, because it'll get better soon. And when I see this manifestation here, I believe it, I can tell you something I'm seeing with these two cards here. You shouldn't worry about what your DM may think of you, because at the end of the day I can see it here in these cards. It's like he knows already the essence of you, the quality of you versus everybody else, people. He knows you're special. He knows you give that, good loving to people. He knows. Even if you've met him for a short time, I don't even care if it was just an hour, people. This guy here, he knows like what you're made of. Transformation. Nothing has gone wrong. I'm liking this card, like with the twin flame card. It's like, you shouldn't worry, people, because at the end of the day, these type of like relationships, they're written in the stars, so whatever may be, you guys are going to end up together. This transformation here, I can feel it for myself. So if you look at yourself, and like the best way to figure it out is like, imagine if you were to do it all over with your DM, how would you have done it, like being the person that you are today, and check out how like completely different, the whole thing would have played out if it was like today. That should show you the growth and the transformation you've endured, you've been through. And I can tell you this here is also including your divine masculine, and this transformation and enlightenment. We've gotten that, like, when it comes to divine masculines as well. This here is a shared energy, people. Check yourself, Figure out how far you've come, and then you'll figure out where your person is, people. One last card. Soul tree. So you see this like wave that I've been channeling lately is still happening. I can see it here with manifestation. This here, you should take advantage of it. I keep trying to tell you in my videos, you know, it's like things are going to be facilitated, accelerated. You just have, you know, to get what's yours, and I can see it here in nothing has gone wrong in the twin flame card. So these cards here will guide me. Let's go on. Some of you guys are really like going in this thing, like, you know, a little bit. I can tell you this here is being a little bit like that, and this is how you're going to manifest him, people. I'm sorry, my mind's going a little bit too fast, but I'm going to understand this. Once you feel like, you know, you judging the situation to feel or to figure out, sorry, if this guy is really your person, and you like even ready to move on, but this is not the Eight of Cups. This here, nobody's forcing you. You've computed, you calculated the whole thing, and you feel like, you know, this here is not for me. Because mind you, I can read these cards the way I want to. It could have been the Emperor in reversed, you know. And that's exactly what I'm feeling. It's like the moment you decide you don't want this guy anymore is exactly when he's going to show up, you know. And I wouldn't be surprised, because this is the Emperor and not the Empress, that most of you have come to such conclusions, you know. Like, you know what, a little bit like, you know, if he's not a part of my life today, then he's not there. And that's not love, because he's not with me today, therefore there's no way he can love me type of thing. I live here, now, today. I am alive. I want to seize the day as well. Where is he? That's exactly what I'm seeing here in this judgment. Like, you know, he may be my twin flame, my angel. I love him and all these things, but at the end of the day, you know, this judgment here is so strong, and it came as the first card. At the end of the day, you know, I'm by myself, I'm in solitude. So however I see this Emperor, as long as he's not in my life, at the end of the day he doesn't exist, you know, twin flame or not, and ready to walk away because you've come to like serious conclusions, you know. Something is going to emanate from this type of thinking, people. That's all I'll say. Look at this card here. Yep. That's boredom and discontent, I'm telling you. At the end of the day, twin flame or not, like, most of you are in need of like a partner beside them, you know. Enough of the fantasy and things like this, and you're like, well, you know, I've been waiting enough. He's not manifesting, he's not showing up, I'm ready to move on to the next chapter, you know, of my life. Yeah. You gotta come to such conclusions, you know, and I can tell you this is the Temperance in reversed. So check everything that I just told you, and then she appears. Should let you know, the speech I'm having or something like this is the essence of like a divine feminine, if I may say. And this here is actually the Temperance in reversed, people. I know it because of the Six of Swords underneath and what I just told you. This is just confirmation, you know. Most of you don't have patience for this thing anymore. And you see, it's her. I believe her because she has faith, you know, in something that's like above her. Well, I'll tell you, it's completely normal that you would feel this way. A little bit here, I can feel it, you know. What's the point of being in love if I'm by myself all the time, if I gotta be in this energy here? I can feel it, I know it, you know. Some more. Yeah. Do you see that Strength card? That was I want one more card. That was going to be my last card, but you can see then this picture. of like the strong divine feminine who's tired, of waiting for this like twin flame demo, because she knows she's divine, she knows she deserves the best, she knows she has good karma, she knows she's like a, a tough cookie. And at the end of the day, she ends up in boredom, waiting for somebody to let go of like a karmic situation, or to even pick up the phone. You would understand if it resonates with you, believe me. I need one last card. Yeah, you're going to see this change here in some of you people. This transformation here, that's all I'll say. The strength to the devil, people, it's like a really strong energy. But what I can tell you, the same way this emperor here is like, not doing what he's supposed to. Enter your empress like energy fully. Let him be where he's supposed to be. But do not let this guy here, how to say this, but like either take your energy or bring you back down. This devil here and the strength a little bit is like, throughout this like journey here. If you want me to tell you the truth, these cards are telling me, have you seen the evil in this guy here? This here, you need to acknowledge it at some point of your life, people. To come to such thinking, to be like a strong, divine, feminine who's been through hell and back, who's looked in the devil's eyes, but at the end of the day, she's still this class act and still like fighting for herself. Still doing everything for herself that this guy here was not going to do. My opinion, you need to really see the reality of what your person has put you through. If he's with the karmic, do not fool yourself. They don't spend their time like just, arguing or just looking into each other's eyes and not touching each other whatsoever. This guy is having fun with this person. If he chose the karmic over you, it's because he felt like the karmic had something above you. But you're still you at the end of the day. A little bit like this. And I'll tell you why. It's like you cannot process something that you're denying people. And through seeing this thing here, I know it's because of, again, that strength and like this devil energy here. To see this thing clearly is like already going a step forward, because that's exactly what's going to allow you to start forgiving, to start forgetting, to start moving on, to start like rebuilding yourself around this whole experience. But if you're living in denial, it will never happen, people. It's okay, to be like, well, I love this guy, but at the end of the day, he treated me like worse than anybody else. That's the truth, I'm sorry, I know I'm a little bit off, but this reading is the way it is. I'm not going to question it, that's exactly what I'm seeing here. At the end of the day, he didn't give you the things that you deserve. He was not the emperor, still not to your empress. You exist, he's not there. And if you're fed up with the whole like demo, you're in your right, people. This like boredom with the judgment cards, what's the point again in being in love with somebody if you spend your days, your month, your years by yourself? Yes, somebody's going to put an end to this type of thinking here. And I'm telling you to see the connection. I know it's because of the Ace of Pentacles here. Some of you, I wish that I'm instrumental in things, because I'm telling you it is vital for you to see the truth about your situations. For some of you, you're going to see the reality in this connection, but also in the fact that your person really betrayed you, really left you out in the cold emotionally, people. And at the end of the day, I'll tell you something that I'm feeling here. These things here, for most of you, they happened in the past. I can see it here with the Ace of Pentacles in like a first place, mostly something that has already happened. That loving and caring guy that you have in mind for some of you is just a thing of the past, or like at most, an illusion, people. I can see it here. And I'll tell you, this step here is so important, I feel. It's like, some kind of conclusion, some kind of a wall that you're going to have to hit, on this twin flame journey. Like, in order to forgive him, I'm going to have to accept, the things that he has done to me. I was in love, for, I don't know, 2 years, 2 months, 2 weeks, whatsoever. But at the end of the day, he never loved me. This thing here is a matter of perception, people. You're taking something that has happened in the past and you're holding on to this memory. I'm telling you, this here is not your twin flame story. It's just like a really, really bad beginning, and you gotta, erase this type of picture here to get the full thing, meaning the real relationship. This here is nothing to remember, people. The guy is not holding your hand, walking with you, like rocking you to sleep and all these things, and he's like maybe with somebody else, then at the end of the day, the guy, he never loved you. That's that. We keep like, I don't know what's up with this energy today, but I'm going to take it as the Empress, and Devil and the Strength card. And the Divine Feminine. I don't know what's going on, because me, I'm a little bit like too much of a lover, but what I'm feeling is like definitely a switch, in energy. And I'm telling you what it is the Divine Feminine coming to their power. Like the type of power that your great grandmother hasn't seen, on this earth, in their lives. That type of like divine feminine power is something, that the Egyptians, used to talk about, like, 4,000 years ago. Yeah. Some of you are definitely fed up, fed up being by themselves. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, people, that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. It's like, this whole situation is stressful, but at the end of the day, you're experiencing stress, yet you're by yourself, And I'm telling you, some of you are ready to cut off this whole thing here, because they know they're in need of a change, people, or a transformation. But this here, while I'm looking, for the right type of energy, everything I'm telling you can be like compressed in the Queen of Swords, people. Cutting this whole thing, because she can deal with the stress and the depression that comes from this thing here. Because she can deal with the betrayal that this guy that she loves here, has had for her. Because she'll figure out sooner than later that she's just holding on to a guy that never showed her love, or never was really there, And even if you have a memory with him, for some of you, check out the memory. I can tell you, for a very small portion, this thing there was like pure love, because this could have been the Ace of Cups. I'll give it to some people. Some people experience like a loving man, and they would know what I'm talking about. Like somebody you can rely on emotionally, and then whatever happened, happened. But for most of you, I'm telling you, you're building like on an illusion. And check these 2 tens here. Check the Divine Feminine and the Strength card, Some of you are going to have to literally bury, the memory of your DM and decide to build something new with him. To change the whole, what you call it, like relationship, for you to have a chance, But if you build on what I can feel, this here is somebody, and this is funny, you know, it's a little bit like a divine masculine acknowledging to me, you know, and then to you guys, you know, like, you know, I really rejected this love that you gave me over and over again. That's what I can hear. Very simple. You gave me love, but you know, I was in this like defensive type of energy. And I can tell you something else that I'm channeling as he's getting ready to give you, and I can see him here, the king of cups with the ace of pentacles and the two of wands, like manifesting something, and the two of wands, which is like the essence of your connection, that true twin flame connection. Let me tell you, this guy is not stupid. He even wonders, you know, if he comes forth with like an ace, I mean a cup of love or something, what he knows, you'll be guarded, you'd be defensive, people. And if you're not, with the things that I'm feeling and certain stories, you know, that I've been channeling in my karmic readings and things, if you're not, maybe that's that Queen of Swords in me today. But if you're not, you need to check yourself, people, because you would really have a problem then. And I'm sorry I have to say this, you know, but you know, this whole journey is what it taught us, you know. It's like, don't let anybody just treat you some kind of crazy way, you know, whether he's your divine masculine or not. The connection counts, but you can have the connection with this guy without ever seeing him again. At the end of the day, if he's not like a caring and loving force in your daily life, he doesn't exist, people. And that's that. But he knows that you'd be guarded, you know, for most of you, if he decided to offer this cup of love to you. I need some more cards. I got one. Yeah, it's like, you know, excuse me, spirit telling me to flip this card so I can understand them and make sense of them. I can tell you what I'm seeing here, people. With the Seven of Swords here is a little bit like I can feel somebody here being in total denial of the stuff that have been happening to them. They're lying to themselves. Is a little bit like putting on concealer or like makeup about the past, people, and how he actually treated you and left you out in the cold. Some people cannot even come to this kind of understanding here, and if that's the case, I think like you must be like at the beginning of your soul journey, or like your twin flame journey, because that's a very specific journey, you know, throughout your soul journey. It's different. You know it when you go through it. It's different than just like a soul journey. Well, some of you are lying to yourself as to how this thing has happened. You refuse to see the reality about how you've been left in the cold. You're still worried about the love, and I'm telling you, the Queen of Swords, she's part of the Empress, people. As long as you don't activate her within you, you'll never be like a fool, you know, divine feminine. And I can tell you, this type of energy here is exactly what your divine masculine needs to actually come back to you. The connection he'll feel, the feelings he'll feel, the money, that's not up to him, that's your cash, you know, you do whatever you want with your career. But as long as he doesn't see, you know, that you don't have like a clear mind, and that you know how to protect yourself, and like you have your best interests at heart, you know, this guy was not stupid. He knew your weakness. He needs that Queen of Swords within you to be even able to receive or give this type of Ace of Cups, you know. He needs that. He needs like guidance, or somebody to have like clear-cut limits, you know, and to understand that love, maybe in the way that he sees things, is not what it is. Love has boundaries too, people. I can see it here, somebody being in complete denial, and I'm telling you, to this Wheel of Fortune here, you need to understand exactly what has manifested or happened between you guys, to make something out of this thing. If you stay in the past, holding on to a past energy or to some kind of illusion, you're gonna stay like in this like situation here, i.e. separation, for much longer, people. And I hope that you heard it, because this energy here is not for me. I know myself, it's not for me. I got one card, the connection. Do you see this, people? To me it's so clear, so clear. Do you see the connection? Do you see the heartbreak that I'm telling you you're going to have to incorporate or like get in your head? That's like, this here needs to happen before you have your union. You need to understand like both facets, of this connection, and I can see it here, and I can see it here in like enlightenment. And let me tell you something else, I can see it here in like this soul love thing. At this point here, some of you have to understand or to come to terms, with whether it is your mission in life or not to love somebody that has hurt you immensely. And you can see it here in the yin yang card. Are you going to integrate, this like darker side in you? Do you have enough soul love, to forgive fully your person and the heartbreak that he has caused you, in order to have like, love, or like in order to give love to him? Is your love really that deep, And if so, then you got the solution to your problems. But if it makes sense to you, it makes sense to me. But you got to understand and accept this heartbreak here to have like the enlightenment that comes around that. Your connection at the end of the day is the essence of duality, people. So if you don't take the bad, you won't have the good, is exactly what I'm seeing here. And what I'm feeling throughout this whole reading here is somebody who does not see things for what they are. They have like this pink, and I can see it here with the pink. Let me read this card, They have this pink type of glasses on, and refuse to see the reality of things, and then wonder why they're stuck in this type of cycle here. Is because you need to see the truth, or you need to tell yourself the truth in order to heal. You can't heal or process something you would deny. And I tell you something else, you understand that this is exactly the reason why these readings here are here. It's not to spy on your person and things like this. If I can identify your situation, or if you're resonating with me, it means that there is a solution and always like a way forward, people. Well, that's the way forward, and I see it here with the Wheel of Fortune. That's the way forward. Accept this whole thing and find the strength within you. This love here, it doesn't determine who you are, people. It doesn't determine who you are. At the end of the day, you still have yourself, whatever part. But if you don't accept like the contrast or like the other side, you cannot have this thing, period. One last card. Ooh. They just all flew, and when it does that, I know it's spirit like rearranging the cards for me, for this like weird type of reading where I feel like, something's taken over me. Yeah, I'm telling you, people, is that thing here, like, at the end of the day, you never really build anything emotionally with this guy here. This here is a little bit like a fantasy, people, when things are like just starting and stuff. If you would have had a relationship with your DM, it would have grown by now, like a real one for some of you. It would have grown by now, you would have known each other, it would have been like a different dynamic. Some of you, I can see it here, are still stuck on the initial feeling, meaning the very first time you spoke, the very first time you met. the first week or like first month that it was good between you and him. That's what some of you are holding on to. And that there, I can see it here with the Six of Cups for a long time for some of you. I'm telling you what's happening. You're just worried. You see the yin yang? You're worried about this little good, people, and forgetting all the negativity. And I'll finish this part here by saying, check this out. For yourself, you're worried about this little bad here and forgetting the whole good part about you. It's like it's crazy, it's madness, people. You only see the good in him and you only see the bad in you. For some of you, I can feel it here. Crazy. So let me read this card. I release all fears and doubts. Let me see. I'm so sorry, people. I accept myself and create peace in my mind and heart. I choose now to free myself from all destructive fears and doubts. I am loved and I am safe. So that's the card I got, And I'm telling you, it's more than just releasing all fears and doubts. It's also about releasing, illusions here. I can tell you that much, But you heard the card. It just I was attracted to it. I had to read it. So maybe it helps somebody. Let's go on. I am loved and I am safe, if you remember nothing else. Patience. No, I can't take that card because I know I had the feeling that it came in reversed. I'm telling you something else here, which is yet again this Queen of Swords, people. If you have no more patience, people are going to stop wasting their time. If you feel like, well, I've been serious, universe, whatsoever. I told you I needed this love like yesterday. I can't wait anymore. If you don't give it to me now, do not even bother trying to give it to me tomorrow. That's exactly how this guy is going to manifest, and the card is underneath, And me, I know my cards, like even the Ace of Pentacles is underneath. That's how you manifest this thing, people. But if you're okay with the fact that he keeps on wasting your time, well, that's exactly what he's going to do. You have patience, he's going to waste your time. You lose the patience, this guy here is going to manifest, and that's the message that I'm getting today. Stop having this time here, waste your time. This guy here, waste your time. Be totally fed up with the fact that he's not in your life is all I can tell you. That's what I can hear. Yeah. Yes, I know what's going on here. Yeah. This here you gotta let me channel, because there's something that I'm feeling. So you heard what I'm saying about the patience. Have no more for this guy. Send out to the universe the message that this flower in your hand is completely grown and that it needs to be watered today or it's going to die, people, period. I'm telling you. This here is exactly the idea of what I was telling you earlier, as I see this duality yet again, people. You, because of your heart space and who you really are, this kind and loving, spiritual or light being, you only see the best in people, or you only see the good in your person. I can see it here with this heart chakra and water energy. Well, I can tell you, instead of just flashing light onto this guy, you have to accept his darker side. Because at the end of the day, if you say you really want him or you want all of him, you're going to have to accept that, And I'm telling you, you see the idea, suffering in silence. For this principle here, you're suffering in silence. Because at the end of the day, you don't even confront, your person's shadow side within you. if you feel like somebody is really like toxic, or like is really hurting you, or like totally ignoring you, you're not going to accept the situation for longer, than necessary. And this here, I can see like a card of abundance, meaning a lot of you are suffering in silence because of this principle here, because of the love, heart chakra, and then the moon card that you say you have for this person. Well, I'm telling you, your person's not perfect. He may be a divine masculine, but that doesn't make him like, like a gift, sent from God whatsoever. He may become, but for most of you, he is not today, And that's exactly what you're going to have to accept. I'm telling you, this Queen of Swords, she is like instrumental in this manifestation that I see. Her mental, like her limits, are very important for this thing here to happen or not. And one thing I'll remember, I'm telling you, don't let this guy keep on wasting your time over an illusion or like a really bad beginning between you guys, people. If he's not there, he's not there. Accept it and keep sending the energy that you need him there, like right now. And if it takes too much time, then you don't want it anymore. That's what I'm hearing for today. Let's go on. It's like it's now or never type of thing. Have faith. And I'll tell you in this type of thinking. Your creativity in this, unleash your creativity as your manifesting skills, people. So you gotta believe that you're capable of manifesting him by having like the right mindset, people. This patience card today, like what's going on? Let me try to clarify it, because I'm like, what's going on? Yeah, I'll tell you, with this help from above, it's like, girl, just say what you gotta say. I will. This patience here is starting to be madness, people, because some of you will find yourselves, getting older. By the time this guy, just decides to pick up the phone and dial, whatever digits are in your country, some of you are going to lose like their beauty, their youth, everything, over waiting for somebody who is not in your life. Everything over this love here. I'm telling you, for some of you, your patience killing you, which is why it's coming like everywhere. And I'm telling you something, if you want to manifest him, you're going to have to change this here and have faith, if nothing else, in yourself. And I can see it here with the cross, in the Creator, and you know who. Some more. This here. Pay attention to the signs. I need one more. Yeah, this energy that I'm feeling is not mine. One more card. Yeah, some of you, I know already, some of you are in need of the stuff that I'm telling you, which is why, Spirit is like making me be a little bit like somebody I do not want to be. But I have to tell you, some of you are wasting their lives, away for this love here that's like, a little bit like just stuck in this picture here. She's real, but he's just like a vision, Well, I can tell you, it is time to manifest your vision. I'm telling you something that I may actually try or something like that, but I live a little bit this way when I think of it. It's like, if you want to see your manifesting skills, put a limit. Yeah, put a definite limit in time and possibilities to this thing here, if you know what I mean. It's like, by next year such time, or like by tomorrow such time, if this guy is not manifested in my life, then I know that I'm manifesting something else. And that should be the case even more if you're the ones, who spent years, waiting on this thing. Believe me, believe me. The only thing yet that you're doing by wasting your life away for a love story that's not in your life is like the definition of like self-sabotage, people. I'm telling you. Unleash your creativity, or what I'm channeling today as to your manifesting skills. I'm sorry, I'm like really tongue tied, but this message needs to go out. It's just, again, it's not my energy, so I don't even know how to deal with it. Make up your mind about the things that you want. At this point here, you're going to have to be your own universe, people. Your own God, your own guide, your own everything. Like, you know what? I have faith in myself and the things that I know that I deserve. I deserve him today. If he's not in my life today, he's not my twin flame, or something like that. I hope that you got the message. This reading is particular, but it is what it is. Let's go on. And I'm not saying you know who for nothing. It's because I don't want to upset anybody. But when I see this card, I think of the Creator and I think of Jesus Christ, people. Divine Feminine. You see the power in that name just by saying that. And this here is going to be just like, if you heard it, you heard it. If you don't, then everybody's belief is their own business, But Divine Feminine, like, this here I'll explain something to you. Just by the thing that I just acknowledged and everything else that I'm telling you, because I don't resist the force that's within me, that's not of me, that's making me stutter and everything because it's somebody else talking through me. That's exactly how I get into my Divine Feminine role, people, or like mission. I just get the message, give the message. I see it here in Nourish, people. And above all, I can see it here in Joy. We didn't have the Hope card, but I told you beforehand. This message is here. I don't know about the others, but for some of us, they're not for entertainment, They are for like betterment, people. To give something to somebody that needs it, And I've had the experience myself in my readings, It gets like so beautiful that sometimes, it's like light beings giving you messages for their loved ones, that are still here. This here is not a game, it's a mission, and for some of you, you needed to hear this because somebody, and I know it from the card, help from above, is telling you what's happening in your situation. You're letting this guy waste your time. You're getting old, behind that concept and everything. For some of you, it is time for a renewal. Stop waiting for something that's not manifesting. Force the manifestation or let it be. And that's what I see here in this like message. At the end of the day, no matter what I said, because I don't even remember and how it's been said, this here is a pure message of hope and of love. You do not have to suffer all this pain here in silence, period. One last card. I'm sorry. Let your light shine. One more. This here, people, is for me and for you, because at the end of the day, I share this with anybody. The suffering I've been through, the shadow aspect of things I've been through, this heart chakra, I cultivate that. And it's funny because I see this like flower, this patience, I've had that. At the end of the day, whatever, came through me, or whatever it was said, I'm telling you, is going to help somebody, at least one person, It's like this here is telling me just like, let things happen. let this thing go through you, and I'll tell you what's the purpose and where this joy is like will be coming from. This message here, and it's a weird one, I can tell you, is just to push you towards your destination. Whether it's this union you want with your DM, this union in general, this love that you deserve in general, this insight and this light, you know, that I'm like letting shine, or like, I don't know, you know, this is weird. I'm telling you, this here is pure light. It's supposed to inspire joy to somebody, hope to somebody, and at the end of the day, some kind of message here for somebody is just going to get you closer to your point, like your destination, where you belong, you know, in the light as a divine feminine. This will be my last card from this deck, because it's sending me places today. There is only light, people. And you can see what's behind this gate here, only light. And it's funny, before the gate, there is you letting your light shine. And after the gate, there is only light. Something in this thing here is going to help somebody. This here, no matter how it sounded, yo, and I can see it here with the cross, it is just a message of hope, people, from one divine feminine to the other. And I know this reading here is for the real ones, people. So let's go on. I mean the real DFs. I got one card here. Your commitment is being tested. Yeah, not being. You gotta test it. You gotta test it. Just like I told you, you have to test it. To be like, today I'm figuring out, you know, whether this guy is my DM or not. A new romantic cycle begins. Yeah, because asking yourself such questions, you know, you're going to either find the strength to restart with him, or find a solution, or you're going to move on. The balance would be restored, you know, once you would figure out whether you're following like an illusion or like the truth, you know. Your hard work is paying off. Yeah, because some of you, I'm telling you, is like, I can see two like distinctive type of groups here. Distinct type of groups here. One are in there like what I call the Lucy Lou energy. For those who know. This Queen of Swords energy. The other ones are like in pure denial, you know. The ones in the Queen of Swords energy, for you guys, your hard work will be paying off. For everybody else, you know, you need to see the reality about your divine masculine. That's like the first thing that you have to do. Write down, which is what I used to do, people. Write down every single thing that this guy has done to you that was not acceptable, and see how the list is going. Like, you'll have like a double page in this. In less than 2 minutes, you know. That's exactly how you do it. You don't lie to yourself about your DM. You accept the reality of things. As how you actually start healing, and that's how you unleash your true powers, you know. A time for healing. This here is for anybody, but it's even more so for the people who have like issues seeing the reality of this thing here. Is a little bit like he hurts you all the time, every day, all day, but you're still like, oh, but I love him so much. You cannot send out this kind of like energy to the universe, because that would mean that you're like ready to accept the unacceptable, because you're looking for love. You know, you gotta send out the energy to the universe that you know you don't need love, or that you found love, you know, that you're not looking. And that's when, you know, this new romantic cycle will begin. Be bold and make the first move. Yeah, people, I see it here into like your commitment has to be tested, is the way that I choose to read this today. Be bold and make the first move, in a sense. Stop like what's the word in English? But stop undergoing this journey or this experience, you know. Be proactive. Don't wait any more year. Pick up the phone and ask this person what they really think about you. Don't wait another month. Call him and ask him if he has somebody in his life. Don't wait 10 more years. Be like, today is the day. If I don't hear anything from him, I'm putting like a clear limit or a clear end to this thing here. I'm changing this like relationship, and I will not be holding on to how things were in the past. I see an element of it being nothing to remember, but yet you're like still sticking to it as if this was like the love story of your life. I'm telling you, this is just a matter of perception. For some of you, it had nothing to do with love, like true love. Make that type of move. Make that type of move, and I hope that it makes sense to you. One last card. Surrender to the divine. Because I'll tell you something, if you decide that today is the day no matter what, then you would have known, if you're a true divine feminine, if you have a real connection, to the universe. For those who know, then you would know exactly, the answer that the universe has for you. You don't need to wait one more year for this guy here to be in your life. If you say you need love, if you say you want to manifest this love, this thing here does not have to linger on. It can be obtainable like right now. I'm sure of what I say. I can feel it in these vibes, and you don't know me. I hide a lot of the things that I feel or think, because I'm from a different culture and I don't want to shock or like make anybody afraid. But believe me, people, I know what I'm talking about. This here is a very strong reading for a very strong type of woman, a very special type of divine feminine, and she would get everything about what I've been trying to say here. I'm telling you, it is time for a change, in our collective. The true change, not the one that, I don't know, that, I hear some people, talking about in this like community. I'm sorry, people, I'm looking for a particular card here, and the energy is irking me, quite frankly, and I never get like this. Never. I'm looking for the transformation card. That's okay. That's alright, We need this transformation like collectively, people. To rise the feminine energy like collectively, people. You do a part of it, I do a part of it, therefore we can reach like different people. To just let people know, that the feminine energy, the divine feminine energy nowadays in our world is treated like crap, and we cannot stand for that anymore. You see this self-sabotage here? We are part of the problem, because some of us have no problem, wasting their whole lives over somebody who cannot even, but you understand that I get so mad at like the masculine energy. I'm like a tiny woman, and sometimes I gotta carry like heavy loads, or like when I go shopping and things, I find myself sometimes just like cursing my DM or any type of DM, like, I'm a woman. I do what I'm supposed to do as a woman, but I can't even have like the masculine energy to come carry these bags type of thing for me. That's what I'm talking about, and this is like a very silly, example. But these guys, they count for something, and we are fools, not to give them their true place, If it makes sense to somebody, this is like a reading that would be never ending, because the energy is like really heavy. It's encourage you to have like a really strong faith in yourself, and you shouldn't be afraid to lose this thing altogether. This is how you show the divine that you've surrendered, to its will. If that's not my person, I'm ready to let it go. And whatever I said to you, I know what I'm talking about. Though I'm telling you, this thing here was like literally a message from above, because it wasn't me. So that's, people, that's the reading. I know I'm forgetting something, but that's okay. This is really crazy. I will send it as such. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Ask me anything you want, because this here was particular. Take care of yourselves, stay healthy, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.